Hey everybody, this is Everyday Commentary, and this is a video overview of this knife. This knife is the Kershaw Skyline Blackwash edition with blue G-10 handles. This is a limited edition knife from Kershaw, and the run of knives was 211 knives. So once they're gone, they're gone. This knife, as you probably know, is a liner lock and is also a flipper. The thumb studs are not thumb studs; they are actually blade stops. The overall blade length is about 3 1/8 inches long, and the handle is very slim, in large part because it only has one liner, as you can see there. The knife was designed by an internal designer at Kershaw named Tommy Lucas. He also designed the speed form. He now works in their kitchen knives division, and it includes a holdover from the early era of zero tolerance, where Strider and Kai were working together. And this is a pocket clip that's seen on a lot of the Strider designed ZT knives, like the ZT-0350 and the 0300. The pocket clip is a really great pocket clip. It's a really minimal pocket clip. There's no craziness going on. It's not a deep carry pocket clip, but it works perfectly fine. The Blue G10 is just the right level of grippiness. It's not too grippy. And the overall design of the knife, as is the case with all Skylines, is very, very slim. This knife fires really well. The flipper is perfect. And it's interesting to go back to a knife that you had a long time ago. I had one that I reviewed at the beginning of my website, which was about 3 years ago. And the Skyline then was a very good knife, but it certainly did not flip like that. The new Skylines, I don't know if they've changed anything, although it does look like, as you can see right there, let me see if I can get a close-up of it. You can see right there that the detent ball looks like it's a little bigger. So what I'd imagine is that they increased the detent on the knife, which allows it to do things like pop open. This is sort of a push button flipper. You're not pulling back, although you can pull back on it. It doesn't flip as well. If you just load your finger up and then pop it out. So the knife does deploy much, much easier than the earlier rendition of the Skyline that I had, even though technically they have changed nothing in terms of the model designation or in the overall design. The Skyline is a little bit more expensive than it used to be. If you heard episode 23 of Gear Geeks Live, I think that Thomas said that it went up $5. This, as a limited edition, was even more expensive. I think this retailed for about 80 bucks. And I got mine on the secondary market for just a little bit more than that. Overall, I really, really like, let's see if we can get a good close-up here. I really like the look of this, what they call Blackwash. To me, I think it's just a combination of a stone wash and a little bit of an acid treatment. It gives the blade like the look of sort of like a really, really old knife, or it gives them the look of like a sort of a very roughly finished piece of steel. It doesn't have any texture to it, it just has a look. And as you can see, the grind lines are polished, or the grind lines have like sort of a wear to them, and then the flipper has a bit of wear to it, and it's a very, very nice finish, and thus far it's been pretty durable. It isn't like a caked on or a painted on or a deposited finish. It seems like it's something that's part of the knife. It's very similar to the fallout treatment that Tough Thumbs did on a lot of his pimp jobs, including the Buck Vantage that I got. His was a little darker. This one is a little more gray than black, but both of them are very good, and I really, really like this finish. The blade steel on this knife is the same blade steel as the old Skyline that I reviewed, and it's the Sandvik 14C 28N steel. And that is really one of my favorite steels. Instead of having a huge whopping amount of carbon, it has some carbon in it, but it also has nitrogen as a hardening element for the iron, and that means that you're going to get a little bit more stain resistance. And here I've never had any problems with 14C 28N, and it is truly one of my favorite steels, probably coming in ahead of stuff like S30V, but behind stuff like S35VN and ZDP189 and M390. This is a really, really nice knife. I think that Tommy hit it out of the park with the design. The knife is really nice and thin. It's nice and slim. I'm not going to do a written review of this knife because really I already did a written review, but I thought it'd be nice to do a video overview because I don't have a video overview of this knife because I wasn't doing videos when I wrote that review, and because it's such a cool looking knife. I like the contrast between the black blade and the blue handle. The one thing that I would change if I was going to do something different is I would make the clip Blackwash too, because it really gives it 3 colors, and I don't know if it needs 3 colors. 2 colors would have been cool. But this is the Kershaw Skyline Blue G-10 Blackwash edition, and that's it.